And we are live. Let's try it this way. Good morning. Good morning. Waiting to see if anyone comes on. It is Sunday, January 24th. And I hope wherever you are, it's a good day. I hope so. So come on in, say hello. I had to switch from my phone to the webcam. I don't know, just the things that you have to do. So type something in the chat and say hello to your nursing education tutor. As I once again do my intro, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Nursing Education Tutor. My name is Cheryl Spencer. Hey, someone else is coming on. I'll do it again just so I could edit it nicely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, Nursing Education Tutor. My name is Cheryl Spencer. Good morning, Monica. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Monica? I hope you're good wherever you are. Hey, Carrie Ann. Good morning. My name is Carrie Ann. Look, oh, Carrie Ann, are you in my class? That's lecture. I have to check my roster and see. That's good. We're gonna have a good. We're gonna try to have a good semester. Oh yeah, yeah. Awesome. Good. Good. I'm gonna send out an email on Monday and see. Honestly, I really believe that we as educators must respect your time just as much as we ask you to respect our time. So I don't email students on the weekends. It's rare. I mean, it is so rare that I'd email a student on a weekend because you're entitled to your time off. And likewise, I don't answer students' emails on the weekend. You really have to set up those relationship rules in the beginning because it gets a little bit nuts. Just because at 11:30 at night after some episode you feel very distressed and you want to make a decision about class or ask a class, you want to send the instructor. Hell, you'll know I'm a YouTuber, so you already know that I saw those messages. But no, we don't have a relationship at 9 o'clock on a Friday unless you're on my channel. You understand, Carrie? And a lot of people don't. A lot of people miss that. A lot of people miss that, including people that you work with. They decide, okay, I've had a busy day. It's now 11 o'clock. I'm going to check my email. I'm going to empty my inbox. Honey, you could empty your inbox all you want. You could click send and send and send and send. I do not reply until business day on Monday morning. And yeah, because it really gets a bit overwhelming if you think about it. It's Friday night or Saturday night, and you're sipping, taking a shot, do whatever it is you do because you have a right. You're becoming a nurse. You're a human being. You're not a martyr. You're not. You know. You could mix whatever you want to mix reasonably. You know. In wherever reasonably. I mean, that's as an adult decision. And all of a sudden, boom! Here comes a text about some school or work stuff. I shut that down. I don't want to do that. So, Monica, awesome. Good morning. And Carrie Ann, who else? Who else is here? So I'm going to start it this Sunday, and luckily, I should. Oh, let me just write these down for now until I get something. So, Carrie Ann, I don't know if you saw part of what I plan to do this year, which was to do this year, is at certain times. It won't be every week, but during the Sunday live, I'm going to start to do a giveaway. It's just how as YouTubers do. And I'm thinking, of course, y'all want money, but your girl ain't giving nobody no money. I'm a teacher. So what I'm going to do as part of the raffle is I'm going to give away a 30-minute tutoring session. I mean, which student wouldn't want it? I know you'd want a whole hour, of course. 30 minutes probably will go on a little bit longer, but a 30-minute tutoring session. How do you qualify? Well, of course, the typical YouTube stuff. And of course, to me, I think it's only fair. You have to be a subscriber. So I'll have to check a subscriber. You have to be present during the live. So right now, the way that I see it, there are only two people who are here who will qualify, Monica and Carrie Ann. So you're already subscribed. Thank you so much for that. as you mentioned. Yeah, I totally hate the whole begging subscription thing, but that's part of the YouTube thing. And, you know, and I think I might have mentioned, for those who don't know, the more likes your video gets, it's not that you're saying that, oh, I love it and she looks cute, even though she does. Um, the more likes your video gets, YouTube push that content, people see that more. So the more views, the more everything, and eventually, let's be honest. I mean, most YouTubers do that. There's some income that can be made. I have a full-time job. I'm grateful for that. But when my channel blows up and makes some money, I mean, I'm not going to say to Google, I don't want it. I girl got to eat. So again, you have to be a subscriber. You have to click the like button. So somebody didn't like, you got to click the like button, and then you have to type something in the comments. So you already telling me good morning is a comment. Of course, I'd like it to be a bit more engaging, but those are really the only three requirements. I think have to be a subscriber, click that like button. So if 10 people come on the live on a Sunday and they want to enter, there should be at least 10 likes. And I figure that's kind of a nice systematic way to get some likes and to promote the video, as well as help you a lot with the tutoring. So carrying back to the tutoring. So of course, for now, it's probably a lot of it may be with me. So you have to stuck with half an hour with me. Set up a Zoom link where it's only going to be that person and me, the code. Of course, we'll have a passcode. But later on, the tutoring, you could, if you say, Professor, do you have a psych professor, a psych tutor? I have a psych exam coming up in 3 days and I'm really stressed out. I can't tell the difference between bipolar and schizophrenia, or, what do I talk about? Certain, the medications, serotonins, whatever type of thing. Again, I'm not an expert in every field. No one is. So I may find somebody who can give you that half an hour tutor. I have friends in places, and can help me out. I have a friend who's a midwife. She's a midwife, nurse practitioner as well, ER, online teaching. Yeah, I know some people. So if you don't think that, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck suffering with Cheryl Spencer all the time. So enough about the talking about me. Carrie Ann, what's going on in your world today on this Sunday? I don't know if it's beautiful or not. I got to look outside. I got to look outside in a different time zone today. So Carrie Ann and Monica, what's going on? Talk to me. Let's hear what's going on in your world besides getting ready for school. Yeah, and I think next Sunday I want to do the Sunday topic is going to be about a new semester. I was going through my list of things of how I could plan out some topics for our Sunday live. So in this one, just prepare. As I was looking and making the thumbnail, I could not resist talking a little bit about poetry. And for those of my family who know me as a child, how much I love Sunday house cleaning. Monica, I did that yesterday. I'm not saying that I do that all the time. A little help. A little help is good. But I was on a mission to do some floors yesterday. It's half carpeted, half. I'm actually at work, just arrived, but saw the notification. Let me come on. Okay, Carrie Ann, that's good. Okay, so I don't want you to get into trouble at work. Awesome. So if you can listen. So I know, girl, the hustle. So as you mentioned about work, Carrie Ann, one of the things that advice we're going to talk about, of course, you have to work because you have to pay your bills and you have to pay rent, mortgage, because guess what? You can't live with your teacher. So when they tell you quit your job, don't you wish you could say, okay, cool, I'll come and live with you. You have to be in your work hustle, but work, you do have to find a way to balance it, because work really does affect your studying. And you would hate to, you have a job currently, and of course that's not your permanent job, hence you would be going to nursing school to become a nurse. This job is excellent. It's good. You're learning. It puts food on the table. It's a path to where you're going, so you got to work with it. So if you have to check on, so think about that, Carrie Ann. So think about that right now. You're here in my live. I appreciate that. Let's say it's during the semester and you had, this is Sunday, which is fine. So, We don't do clinical Sunday. Well, I don't. But let's say it was during the week. You couldn't be at work right now. So you're going to learn to manage some of those stuff, So, and come straight. So next Sunday live, I'm going to give some serious tips on how to start off the semester right, because I think a lot of students sometimes after exam number one, it's over. I've seen it. Not trying to scare you, but for some students, sometimes right after exam one, it really is over. They may not realize it yet, but sometimes it's over. So I'm going to try to give you some tips next Sunday. I think I'm going to title that live a new semester, new you. Yeah, I made the thumbnails last night. I was just trying to get a few of them ahead. So next week it's going to be new semester, new you. I'll be working 3 days, and I'm a home health aide. Good. So I get time in between that. Excellent. Okay, so I think I should be able to manage. Okay, so just watch those 3 days, Carrie Ann. Watch those 3 days. Watch when they are. If you're working nights, leaving work nights and coming to clinical, you're falling asleep in clinical. It's not a good look. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's affected students. So you work on that. I work on those. And now, of course, the lecture is going to be online. I'm telling students, be prepared. But anyway, so come next Sunday, I'll give you some tips on that. I'm trying to get, Monica, you're trying to get into the nursing program. I need to take in order to, okay, good. So Monica, you might have said it before. Monica, you're talking the nursing program where I work? I just want to be clear. As Monica's typing, yeah, and yeah, Carrie Ann, really start off, start off hard, because I'm telling. Okay, Monica. Okay, so Monica, all right. So since you want to go to the school that I go, or I know what the prerequisites are, I could tell you right now. So let me do like the young girls with their eyelashes. So. So these are the prerequisites, Carrie Ann. I finished my first and took math 10. Okay, so I get that. All right, fine. So math 10 is no credit, but necessary. So these are the requirements to enter the nursing program where I work. There are 4 courses. There are 4 prerequisites and 4 co-requisites. Basically, the prerequisites are the first part. So let me just go through them. You have AMP, Bio 301, English 101, Math 119, and Psychology 1. I don't know what the number is, but it's basic psychology. Psychology 1, specific one. You have to take, it's the grade from those 13 credits. You have to have a GPA, minimum GPA of 3.0 in those 4 courses. So let me repeat. So those 4 courses, Monica: Bio 301, which is anatomy and physiology, English 101, Math 119, and Psychology 1. Okay, you took all of those except the bio class. Okay, so if you just took Math 10, did you take Math 119 already? I thought, did that make you take them both? So whatever your answer, so I'll wait for that. If you have to are you taking Bio 301 this spring? Because if that's the only one you haven't taken, you should be taking Bio 301. Sometimes when we talk about, I guess, based on the advice given, the advice you get, or what your situation is, I would encourage a student to take Bio 301 pretty early. If you came from high school or came from a previous college and you didn't have any issues or difficulty with biology, you should take that Bio 301 pretty early. I went to QCC a decade ago. That time I somehow took Math 19 and not. Oh. So you took Math 19. I am both in. Any tips on? No, Karen. No, I wouldn't send that out Friday. I would have to. I'd give that to everybody on Monday. Yes, specific. If it's specific to the course, I'll do that. It's a mess for my credits 10 years ago. Okay, so Monica, so I think you said you're having an advisor. So that advisor is going to look through your credits. I do believe some of the courses, we don't take them if they're more than 5 or certain years. I think that's what you're talking about, Monica. So I think that's, but Math 10, I thought Math 10 didn't have any credit. I thought, I'm guessing that's where this is going, because I know CUNY was getting rid of placement tests outside the registrar, but so I think they looked at your transcript, your degree audit, and I guess you took Math 10. You're going to have to take Math 119 again, Monica. Is that what they're saying? Math 119. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Maybe it's just slow to come up, Monica. But anyway, yeah, so I think, I'm not sure. I'll have to ask. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that would be my advice, and a general advice, Monica. You have Math 119 already on your transcript. It's one of the requirements, but it's old. It's over 10 years. I think that's what that is. And, but true, Math 10 is no credit. So you usually take Math 10, and in order to take that, and there's always something with any remedial courses you have to take. You have to take them before you take biology. So that's probably part of the reason why you can take bio 301. But my advice regarding that, general advice, is talk to your advisor, find out, and I believe so. I believe that's what it is. The courses are, I mean, math is math, but if you have, math doesn't change, you know. But anyway, so that's really it. Yeah. So Karen, I'll send out a general. I usually send out a general email to students. Again, I mean, I think orientation is Thursday. Yeah, I'll send a general orientation to everybody. That's another thing I do. Everybody gets the same information as well. I'll take Math 119 in bio. Okay, if that's you're asking, that's not my advice because I don't know what the story was. If I take Math 119 in bio, can I apply to the nursing afterwards, or do I have to? Oh, there's a long process. There's a long process to applying, Monica. Just again, there are things that you have to, when you go to apply, there are things that you have to bring along. It's on the nursing website, such as we have to see a copy of your transcript to see what's on there. And then once you have those 4 courses, there's more. There's the packs. So yeah. So again, I don't want to make this specific to one school, but since it's you that's here, go on the nursing website and you will see all the requirements for application, dates, what. So the 4 prerequisites, as I mentioned: bio, English, psych, math. Those 4 courses, you have to get a minimum of 3.0 GPA. In addition, there's a PACS that you have to get, and there's a criteria. So yes, so I would do that. I would do that, Monica. Speak to someone in the nursing department. I go to the website. I mean, I'm not trying to take you away from there, but we're ready to apply. You don't even have bio yet. I mean, your transcripts, you don't even have bio yet. So I would go on the nursing website, familiarize yourself with what the requirements are, what your goals are to get. I don't think the dates for the, yeah, Monica, based on what you're telling me, if you were to take Bio 301 now, you would not be eligible to apply until spring of 2022. And I'll tell you why. Because say late April, yeah, usually April, late April is when there's going to be some deadline of when the applications have to be in. And the applications have to have a bio grade. You will not have a bio grade because you're still taking the bio course. See what I mean? So, so you have some time. Your focus now is to get through those courses, and get some more advisement to see what you can do for the summer, what you can do, etc. Okay, all right. I think that's that. So, anything else going on? I think Carrie. So Carrie have to go to work. So if Carrie has to go to work, that's good. So is there anybody else here? And don't be don't be a boy. You know the deal. Just type in your name so I know who you are. Take advantage now while the channel is growing, because you know how things are. Once they get big, then I don't want anybody to get lost in there. I'd be like, Monica, who? Okay, Monica. So get that advisement. Yeah. So it's good right now. I can look on the dashboard and see the name, so it's pretty good. I was trying to stream on my phone, but it's just acting, whatever, just acting up a bit. So I decided to do it this way. It's easier to see on the computer. The The webcam sometimes acts a little strange. You'll see it blurred out. Yeah, Monica. So yeah, you're most welcome, Monica. That's really what I would recommend you do right now. Go on the website, go to QCC website, go on the nursing page. Everything's there. There's everything. Read the fine print. Students sometimes forget the fine print, and then after the first exam or the first semester, they're suddenly I didn't know. So again, who's coming? You coming on? So come on, say hello. Say hello so we could chat. And yeah, so we'll make this a short live today. Um, we'll just do some of that. Yeah. Anybody? Yeah. So so in the beginning, I was talking about. I think I just want to keep true to what I planned on saying. I wanted to talk to just say a little something about poetry. Poetry is in the news, of course, and I'm so happy about that. So as I said, for those of you who know your girl, I love poetry. I wrote poetry as a child. So for those of you who watched the inauguration, or whether you did or not, certainly an amazing young lady is by the name of Amanda Gorman is trending. She's a poet laureate, the youngest poet to be given the honor of reciting a poem at the inauguration. And I didn't watch the whole thing. I did see some parts of her poem, and then I went back to listen. And really amazing, nice poem. It's a political poem, of course, passionate about society, passionate about her purpose. And I listened to some of her words, and I'm sure some of her words will be long lasting. That she talked about light near the end, there's always light. If you're brave enough to see it. And I believe, yeah, and then she repeated, there's always light if you're brave enough to be it. And those are really good terms. And I would like people to take away from that. Just take away from that, and that's all I take away from that. Some things resonated with me, some things were just too political for me, but it's her poem. But I think that was really, really good. And again, happy for her. That she got that opportunity. Yeah. So again, at some point I'll sit down and listen to the whole thing. I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah. So poetry. So I talked about poetry in the power of poetry. It's a spoken word. It's a written word. Whether it's a limerick, whether it's a long story, it doesn't have to rhyme. But I like rhyming poems. I like poems where the words sound the same, but think of a word that rhymes with nice. It doesn't have to be rice or ice or mice, lice, entice, so it doesn't have to be that. But, there's poetry in nursing. So you can write poetry. I've written poetry about nursing comments, about nursing words, about nursing treatment, about medications. I wrote a poem about diabetes years ago. Maybe one day I'll share that with you. A student said to me, "Oh, professor, I took the poem home, and that's how I taught my dad what diabetes was." So, if you want to, good morning, good God's own country. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Are you, I know someone came on the live last week from, I think it was somebody, Ophelia from St. Vincent. So good morning. Yeah, so I wrote something about diabetes, and it's a good poem, or something about heart failure, about stroke. You can take anything if you want to. If you have a patient who has risk for strokes, and you want to create a poem about what are the signs of a stroke, make it creative. Think about it and do it. All those things. You could create a poem about fast. The word FAST. How to act or the things to do if you suspect somebody has a stroke. But anyway, so yeah, so the power of poetry is a beautiful thing, and there's poetry in nursing, poetry in medicine. So you can pick a topic. So for those of you here who you're planning being in nursing school, you can write a poetry write a poem rather on nursing. They used to do yearbooks. I don't know if they do yearbooks anymore for the college, but I've written poetry, some poetry of some sort, several times. That's put in the nursing, the college's yearbook rather, in the nursing portion. So I usually try to get a copy. I haven't done one in a year, haven't been asked, but c'est la vie. But there are poems out there. I mean, even the nursing pledge, you have various degrees of the nursing pledges. I mean, those are poems. They're poems. And again, some of my favorite poems are limericks. You know, there once was a girl from Calcutta whose family lived in a gutter. And those, remember, I like the 5 line limerick. Once a girl from Calcutta. Anyway, so again, so I just wanted this morning to be a quick live. Dug up one of my shirts, probably crushed as ever, clean but crushed. I'd probably get a few more. I started getting these, but I'm definitely going to get some in the black. I have a black one. Black, they work better. That way, I don't have to think. So you'd be surprised what I don't know what I think about. I'm thinking, how many times have I wore that shirt on a video? They probably think I only have 3 shirts. A lot of shirts. So I figure if I wear something like that, it's a white t-shirt. It's clean. It has my channel logo, always plugging and that type of stuff. So again, is just want to keep to my promise that we'll do a Sunday live and just come on to wish you well on a Sunday. Hope you all do well. So any questions from me before we go, before you start off your week, before you go out there and change the world, go out there with arms open, masks on. Yes, so Sunday, what time? So I think I put that it's 8. So the way that is, I think maybe I probably should make it 9. So let's 9. Yeah, we can make it 9 Eastern time. I'm not in Eastern time physically right now, but I usually stream from Eastern time. So if we can make it 9 a.m. Eastern time, would be good. We could come on, we could chat, catch up, talk about what happened last week. Just talk about means today. That's pretty funny. Means today, indeed, indeed. And then I also made a commitment to go. We have to smile a little through this madness, otherwise we just lose it. Um, and then I also made a promise Tuesday nights. I'm going to try to do so at minimum. I'll upload some things. I'll upload some PowerPoints, talk over some topics. But I think I'd like to keep Sunday as just a nice day to talk about, moving forward and, being grateful to start another week. You could talk about Tuesday. That's good. That's it. Come on in. Come on in Tuesday night. That's right. Come on Tuesday night and we could chat. I'm figuring not too many parties happening on a Tuesday night. Well, maybe it's happening in your house, but with Zoom and COVID and everything, we've all moved to our houses. But yeah, so I wouldn't pick, Friday weekends start to be pretty busy. So Friday nights, those nights are pretty busy. So the reason why I picked Tuesday night, a lot of where I work and other schools, their exams on Wednesdays. A lot of people have exams on Wednesdays. Students usually are pretty stressed Tuesday night. So the video, it's a nice excuse to kind of get their minds away from it for a little. They'll probably come on and ask 20 questions about the exam that I may not have any answers for, but they will be hopefully in this platform format with other students and they can bounce questions, ideas for themselves. And if it's just for 30, 45 minutes, they're away from their nursing documents, their notes. I think it's a good thing to get them ready for the exam the next day. So again, right now, my schedule will be Sunday morning. We'll make it 9 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday night 9. But just understand that there's live changes. So if there's a day that I have to do the live earlier or a little bit later, thank you, I'll just put that in the community tab, let you know, that we're still going to do the live. But I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm trying. I think, of course, there are lots of videos out there, and I know students go out there. There's tons of content, some good, some bad. There's tons of content. So there are lots of stuff that I don't have to recreate. As an educator, I don't have to recreate a lot of stuff. I can send you over to a channel. We watch them. We've watched other people's content. We're like, okay, so this channel, though, this person did a really, really good job on explaining pulmonary embolism. Excellent. I'll send you over there. I don't need to go sit down and do a whole video on pulmonary embolism, unless I'm doing something for views, and there are very few things I'm doing here for doing for views. So I thought somebody else said Thought somebody was coming into the kitchen. I'm streaming from the kitchen today. Um, yeah. So again, so I would look through, and again, even the same way I would recommend a book to a student, the same way I would recommend a journal article to a student. To me, it's the same way I'll say, okay, so go on this YouTube nursing made extremely, extremely, extremely easy YouTube channel. Search this video. Yeah, I can do that. I don't have to make 50 more videos of the same thing. It doesn't make sense. So if anybody else come on, just type real quick in there. So let me say hello. We've had a few conversations. We've had Nicole, who's already in a nursing program. Monica, who is taking the prerequisite someplace. God's old country made me laugh today. That was a good laugh. I needed that. So, and again, so we're going to start doing just doing some consistent things on this channel as I learn. Believe me, I'm learning. No YouTube. Well, I mean, I have a YouTube channel, so I'm a YouTuber, but you know what I mean. I'm learning this as I go. I mean, I'm even learning how to end the stream. I mean, it's so funny they talk about it. Nobody wants to see in a video you reaching over. You're reaching over to turn it off, So nobody wants to see that. So you learn how to edit certain things. There's just some little things that goes on. I'm telling you, it's so funny. I mean, I read the fine print, but if there's a video and you see my hand reaching over, I don't lose any sleep over that. I'm human. What am I worried about? And certain videos, I'm not going to delete it. Oh, the camera was moving around a bit, unless if you see something personal in my home that I don't want you to see, which and that's another thing that you have to be very careful about. And people do all kinds of crazy stuff. People sometimes they put stuff that they deliberately want you to see. It depends. I'm trying to. It's early morning. I try to get, I sit where there's some overhead light, and this is why I'm here. I'm here because I really want to get some overhead lighting, and I don't have to set up 20 things around and see the webcam move. During the daytime, I sit next to a window. Natural lighting is perfect. So it's just kind of that was, I was just trying to pick places. And at some point, I'll soon set up a specific place where I do my videos from. But for now, I move around the house or move around, or sometimes I'm just doing live, and we can chat about certain things like that. So I thank you all for coming on. Um, I always get excited when I see more than one person. I don't feel so alone. And but I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So again, just because I'll title this live again. If it comes up. In any type of search. Hope you may have an easy professor. I hope you had an easy professor. Um, you mean as as a nursing student? I have a mixture. How do I put this? Yeah, I had a mixture, and I'm one of those. I can teach myself. And of course, there's certain things that I don't know. I mean, they had to teach me, but when it comes to lecture, I could read the book. I could read the book. I really could. I didn't write a lot. I never fell asleep. Perfect attendance. I showed up. I tried to pay attention, but trust me, I was doodling. I mean, my notes sometimes I'm just doodling. What vacation I hope I can go to. If I'm going to change my last name. If they lose you, they lose you. And sometimes teachers just lose you. And they've been lecturing the same way for years. And I mean, if a student's like, their eyes are doing Pilates in the back and nodding, something, well, maybe they worked the night before, but still, some teachers do the same things. And yeah, again, I can't lecture or teach. And you learn about the tenets of teaching and learning for real. Oh, honey, if you're to see some of my notebook, honey, I was writing the names of my future children, Mrs. Cheryl, whoever, happy Sunday. Yay! My Salzburg team, so Bree, what's up, Bree? Oh my God, that's so good. I had the privilege. So, Bree, where are you? Where are you? You see how easily I get distracted when somebody new comes on. I gotta focus, Cheryl. I had the privilege of, and I call it chaperone. I'm not being a sister. I had the privilege of being a sister chaperone to some amazing young people to go to Salzburg in Austria right? I mean, who gets to go to, I mean, it was work to go to Salzburg, especially when you grew up and singing The Sound of Music and you get to stay at a place where a famous scene was, and yeah, it was filmed. It was awesome. It was really, really good. I would go back to Salzburg if somebody else would pay for it. Yeah. So one of my Salzburg children, my Salzburg children are on. Thank you. But Karen, you're back to so we all learn differently, as you're going to see. We all learn differently, and not all teachers are good. And let's just cut the chase. I mean, some lecturers they succinylcholine. Yeah, I did say that. And listen, I'm sure, my first students I had, they're probably out there saying, "Oh man, she sucked." Whatever, you made it despite me. We all can grow, and I'm hoping that you grow, and I hope that you stated better. We all learn, and I've learned. I believe I've grown as an educator. Here's the reality, and I'll say it here. Many times, a nurse educator is asked to teach content that they have to first go and learn. It's so unfair, so unfortunate, and that happens. So if you ever find yourself in a situation, you're like, "Damn, this teacher sucks." Yeah, I said that. It's my channel, and it's not cursing. Damn, this teacher sucks. This teacher probably sucks because they probably never worked in it. They're probably reading it the night before they come and try and teach you. They're winging it. It's a shame. It happens. Not all the time. Not all the time. Not all the time. Some people have experience and still suck. I mean, some people are experts in what they are, but they're not teachers. And they don't take the time to go and develop themselves to become teachers. Whatever. Show them the video. I said it. Whatever. I'm not calling no names, but they know who they are. So I think it's important, as you are preaching to your students. That was a soapbox. Whatever. Um, Preaching to your students to do this and develop yourself. I think likewise, as an educator, you should develop yourself. And I found myself in those situations where I was asked to teach content that I had little experience, little. Ella, yeah, yeah, Sabrina, this is probably the only place I come right now. I've been off Facebook. My life family has so much stuff going on. I don't have time to do it. So listen, Sabrina, tell your LIU people to come over here and do what they got to do to those buttons. I'm so happy. You'll get your bachelor's. I know. You'll get your bachelor's, and which is what you need. I know you're ready. It'll take you longer, but you'll get your bachelor's, and ultimately you really want to get that degree with the experience to put you in a better position to get a job. And indeed, it's not just a job. It drives me crazy when people say that it's the only reason you're getting your bachelor's is for a job. It's baloney. There are some good things about a bachelor's program that you'll never get at community college. You just never will. And you get more in certain things, less in certain things. After 6 months, elevate the profession, elevate yourself. So I'm happy for you. Yeah. So Sabrina, you do some recruiting over there. Tell them to come over here. So, and again, guys, ideas, give me some ideas. As I mentioned before, I go through YouTube channels, I watch them, I go on nursing students page. So I don't know them. You try to say hello, to them and give them some encouragement. It's good for them to get it from someone who they don't know. I mean, they don't know me. So, here's some educator comes on my YouTube channel, looks at something that I did and said, okay, that was a good job. I think that's important to a human being. I would feel good about that. So I'm happy about that. Sabrina, I did amazing. Boy, she did amazing her first semester. I'm going to my second. I have one more year. Invite your girl to the graduation. Let's hope it's not on Zoom, because you're my girl. I will let all the send them over. Let them come like rain. Let them come like rain. Yeah. Oh, Sabrina. Well, I know you're a smart girl. I mean, you're beautiful, smart. Yes. Yes. Thanks. Yeah. Bree. Thank you. Look at that. That's the support on this community already. Sabrina, I hope you got a little. I think we talked about your little scholarship money, Sabrina. But it's such a small world, Sabrina. I know somebody at LIU. It's very small world. This nursing education is a very small world, and I think is this LIU at Post? Is this LIU at Post? LIU. No, Post is Post. I think so. I think so. Oh my God, this is so good. This is great. I'm so happy, Sabrina. That was awesome. Look at that. You're getting a little good luck, Sabrina from Good God's Own Country. Thank you. This is how we support each other. There's good in this world. There's more good. The bad will introduce itself. You don't have to look for it. It'll find you. But the good is there. It shows up. Sometimes it's hidden, but it's there. And always look for that. Look for that. Yes, get my scholarship. Yes. Oh, it's the one in Brooklyn. Yes. So happy about that scholarship. So you don't come out with too much debt. And then I love it. I love it. And I'm sure you probably know, but one of my other children just graduated. One of my other Salzburg children just graduated from the program nursing. Did you know that? Yeah. Um, yeah. Now I'm gonna have to go send a message to all my children. That's why I saw Sabrina. Yeah, Ashika graduated, and I went digging up some of the pictures that we took in the basement of that palace that we stayed in Salzburg. Yes, yes, yes. Your Salzburg roommate is now finished nursing school. I was screaming. I watched the graduation via Zoom, and I was screaming, "One of my Salzburg children! My Salzburg children!" Yeah, it's so fun. It's funny how we had. I think we're 16 students, and there was just like two groups. There was just one group of my souls. It was great. It was good. I'm gonna have to reach out to some of them and send them over. I mean, they can come on the channel. It's not all nursing. They can come and see your girl. But yeah, so I think Sabrina, if you came on, I was talking also a little bit about poetry, and so happy about that young lady. She's been around. I mean, they didn't just go around the corner and found her. This lady's been around. She's a Harvard graduate, Amanda Gorman, a young lady who did the poem at the inauguration. If you watch bits, pieces, or whatever, I just feel let's talk about poetry in nursing, the power of poetry. Poetry is a spoken word. I've written poems all my life, but I've written poems on side effects. So think about that. So Sabrina, here's a task, and anybody who's on here, how about I give this as a challenge for you? And let's end it with this. Um, Take something in the nursing profession. It could be a medication. It could be signs and symptoms of something. It could be a topic. It could be COPD, heart disease, birth of a baby, nursing, side effect of vancomycin, side effects of heparin. It could be shortness of breath. Pick a topic, your topic. Write a small poem about it. It could rhyme. I mean, like I said, I like limericks. I mean, I like rhyming poems as well, but other poems. But think of I'm late, Cody. Oh, Cody, that's okay. Yes, Cody. Oh, Cody. Shh, don't say nothing, Cody. There's some other people in here think they're my favorite. That's so funny. I'm so glad you remember that, Cody. No, Cody, it's okay. Don't you worry. Don't worry. We're talking about lots of stuff and talking about poetry in nursing. Of course, poetry is in the news by Miss Amanda Gorman from, I think her last name is Gorman. Yeah, so I was saying, I was giving all of you a little challenge, and it's a good challenge to, think of something in the nursing, health, medical profession. It's a profession, and you write. You write a poem about it. Write a poem. It could be, as I said, it could be the side effects of something, signs and symptoms. If you had a patient who was going home on Coumadin, right? Going on Coumadin, right? And you want to teach that patient about how do we manage Coumadin at home. You could write a poem that talks about planning packs. Okay, taking the packs. I'd like to be, write a poem on what they should look for, signs of bleeding. Will they have to get their blood test monitored? What's a normal PT? So you could talk about that. You could write, how about you write a poem about lab data and go, I'm all about the labs or something like that. So use poetry. So if you never think everybody can write, some write better. Everybody can sing. Some sings better. That's really how you look at it. That's really how you look at people. I can't sing. I can't sing. Some people can sing horribly. So the same thing with poetry. Write something. So think of something. So this live is the power of poetry. And poetry is an amazing way to give them something that they can remember. I mentioned earlier that I wrote a poem, and I'll share it one day. I'll dig it up. Diabetes. I think I said um, I wrote a poem about diabetes, and the student said to me, "Professor, I brought your poem home, and that's how I taught my dad." He said he finally got diabetes, understand diabetes from that, you know. And I think it's so. Let's see, I don't have it written. So diabetics aren't easy to spot. Some are skinny and some are fat. They drink, they eat, and then they pee, but no one goes to the doctor for that. Quote me, Cheryl Spencer. Long time ago. I haven't read that in a long time. I haven't said that in a long time. But think about that as you learn. When you talk about diabetes, it's true. Some people with diabetes are skinny. Your type 1s are usually skinny because they have no insulin. Here I'm go teaching now. They have no insulin. And in order for the body to store fat, extra glucose from food rather, you need insulin. So when you eat food and your body don't have any insulin to utilize that for energy and to store it, just gets circled around your bloodstream, damages your arteries, your kidneys, blah, blah, blah. So those individuals, and I don't want to call them diabetics, individuals with diabetes could be skinny. Some individuals with diabetes could be on the heavy side, overweight, type 2, one of the main risks for developing diabetes, family history, and weight. So hence my first line, diabetes isn't easy, diabetics aren't easy to spot. Some are skinny, some are fat. They eat, they drink, and then they pee. Those are the 3 symptoms of diabetes: hunger, thirst, urinating. They eat, they drink, and then they pee, but nobody goes to the doctor for that. I mean, who goes to the doctor because they're eating a lot? I mean, if that's the case, every doctor's office would be packed. Bam! Another rhyme. Look at that. I've written poetry all my life, right? Most people probably only go to the doctor because of the urine part, especially if you're female. You go to the doctor again. When you get to diabetes, you're like, this is what she was talking about. Yes, it can be taught that simple. It can be that simple. It can be if you learn, if you develop. It can be. Yeah, Sabrina. I have, oh my God, I have poems about heart disease. I have little songs. Yeah, so think about that. In one little line, I can teach you what diabetes. Can you look at somebody and tell if they have diabetes? No. Can you look at somebody and tell if they're at risk for diabetes? You betcha. Yeah. Overweight, obese. You could be cute, fabulous, but you're at risk. Like my girl Lizzo, she's at risk for a whole bunch of stuff. Heart disease, hypertension. Holla at your girl Lizzo. Yeah. Love her. Love her. Love her. But that's all I know about her. That's all I know about her. She's at risk. Doesn't mean that she is. What are the symptoms of diabetes? 3 P's. The 3 P's, not pea soup and porridge. Oh, the Jamaican just came out. The 3 P's. Polyphagia, polydipsia, thirst, and polyuria. 3 P's. Drink, eat, pee. Just like that. Go to the doctor. Those are the symptoms. In just a little tiny poem, you can teach somebody to do that. That's how we do that. So I know, Sabrina, I'm just a mess today. So listen. So once you think about something, that piece, girl, the 3 P's. The I know. Oh, food just threw me off right there. It just got me. Oh, I don't do meat anymore, but that pea soup from the culture, the warmth on a rainy day on a Saturday carry in. Yeah, 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 that's correct. Yeah. So again, when you get to with some salt, leave. Ovella. No, I don't do that. Oh no, that's salt beef and kiss. Sabrina, that's salt beef, man. I'm gonna have to write a poem on high blood pressure. We just turned this whole live into some food. Hello, Ovella O'Neill. Welcome to this Sunday morning live that we're talking about a whole bunch of stuff: poetry in nursing, the 3 P. So, okay, so let's do this little set. What is your favorite food that starts with the letter P? First time. Ovi, okay, before Ovi, Onia, thank you so much for coming. Are you a nursing student or you're just an amazing human being that want to come and connect with some other amazing human beings? You're at the right place. So real quick, I promised to do a live on Sunday morning. I'll make it 9 o'clock Eastern time, wherever part of the world I am, which is not Eastern time right now. But I'll try to do it 9 o'clock Sunday morning. That way, just come on, check up, talk about something. I'll try to put a topic of focus, but we'll just come, we'll have a good talk. What's your affirmation for the week? How you feel about yourself, where we're going. And then Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll do another live because almost all schools have exams on Wednesdays. Students are stressed out. I'll come and listen. I have done that live from an airport gate with, because I travel a lot. I've done that live from an airport. So if you may see me and go, I'm like, guys, I gotta go. But we'll do that. So the live turned into, I was talking about the three P's in diabetes: polyphagia, polydipsia, and polyuria. And it turned into some pea soup, waiting to take the boards for my LPN. Yeah. Ooh, did you see what she just said? I'm an amazing human. Yes. Yes. That's your That's your affirmation. You have to. If you don't think you're amazing, why should anyone else? You think it, you be it, you are it. There you go. Think it, be it, are. Welcome, amazing human, Miss Ovella. Come on over to join the rest of us because we're so amazing. And I'm sure you have goals further for your RN. So I'm sure if you don't, we're making that goal for you. It is. It's the rise. It's how you rise. I also don't. People talk about it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I totally disagree. That's not for me. It's all about the ride. For me, it's the journey. For me, it's the journey. Where you start, it's important. You may never ever get to Mars, right? But on that journey, I mean, you're all going to become RNs. I'm not saying RN is Mars. You're getting there. That's tangible, reachable. But there are other goals that we set in life, and even getting to becoming an RN. Look at the people you meet along the way. Look at the people you met in A&P. Look at the people you met at orientation. Some you like, some you're not. Well, you're not supposed to like everything. I mean, you go to a buffet, you don't eat everything. If you do, then you're at risk for diabetes, but we're back on that. The people you meet along the way. I mean, look at this journey. I'm an educator. I'm a nurse, but first and foremost, I'm a human. I mean, I'm a human. I am a human. I try to be a good human, and everything else. Look at the journey. I got to be one of two chaperones from my college to take 16 amazing young people to Salzburg, Austria for a whole week. We worked, didn't we, Sabrina? We worked, stayed at a palace where they filmed a scene from The Sound of Music. What a ride. That's all on the ride. You know, even while I was in Salzburg, there were days that I had to step out of a meeting because my family had a crisis back in the US that I'm on. Students don't know that. They don't need to. It's about the ride. So starting point, the most important, it's where, that's right. It's the ride. It's the ride. A lifelong learner. There's no expiration. You're never done. And for those of you, we did it, yeah, experience of my life. Yeah. And if you did it, um, it is. And that's what you're going to understand as you get here about health. Health, you from the day you're born, you already got some of you got shortchanged. From the day you're born, your health, part of your health is determined already from the minute. Your genetics, part of your health is already determined from your genetics. You can't change that. We wish we could, but you can't change that. Then where you go from that, from a baby, how you were fed, were you fed with love, not just the food itself, were you forced to finish your plate? That lasts with you forever. Did your mother give you rice and pea? Oh Lord, we're back to the food again. Let me stop. No, I'm sorry. Did your mother give you cornmeal porridge? It has been stated in every family gathering that that honey was my favorite food as a baby. My mother gave me that stuff. And as you got older, I haven't had it in years. Maybe I should make somebody make me some. So again, it's you may get sick on the continuum of health, you get better. That sick may push you back, but then it gets you better. The same with nursing education. I think somebody earlier said they were in school 10 years ago. I'm sure life happened and now that person is back. So that's how we have to go. That's how, yeah, I like that crown. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me put on my crown. Yeah, there it is. I'm ready. And for those of you there, queens and kings, put on your crown. We're here to lift each other up. Don't believe the hype, honey. Don't believe the hype. We seem to post the nastiness on social media, but I'm here to tell you that there are more of us that lift each other up than pull us down. Sometimes you'll have to leave out of your family. The lifting up may not be in your family. Sometimes it is. It's weird how it's easier to love a stranger sometimes. It's easier to give to a stranger sometimes. And by stranger, I mean somebody who doesn't have your genes and your name and stuff. It is because there's just stuff there. But here's the best part: give. Give if you can. Give if you can. So I think I'm going to end now. It's Sunday, so I want to thank all of you for. So Avella, I know you came. You said you came on late. That's okay. So Avella, I'm going to try to do this Sunday live every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. I used to do it at 8, but I'll do it. Girl, let me tell you something. A weaker person, I think people know, what my family has had probably the worst 3 years that anybody could ever have, but we try not to be we cry, we're human, we cuss. We don't I don't displace, I don't take out my feelings that I have on one thing on somebody else. You try to deal with it. But we've been through a lot, and I don't really go to, but you have to live, each day you get. So to me, Sunday, because Sunday, according to us, is a new week. So each Sunday you get the first day of a new week to do something. So it's not by chance, it's deliberate why I picked Sunday. Here you are on another Sunday. Some of you go to church. Church for me today is going to be on YouTube. Yeah, honey, trust me, because I don't have to pay no offering. No, but church for me, I go to church, and actually tonight, but I shouldn't say that because before the night's over, I'm going to be paying a lot of offering. So church is on YouTube today, and I watch with a couple people. And tonight, hey, shit, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you watch church, you don't have to pay your offering. But the childhood church that I went to before I came to the United States, so most of people know I was born in Jamaica, West Indies, and this is how I put it. I'm Jamaican by birth, American by choice. That's it. I need no explanations. I remember one year I was coming through the airport, and some person at Jamaica airport, he was asking me, who am I rooting for, or the Olympics, or something about if I'm not confused. I said, no, sir. I'm Jamaican by birth, American by choice, plain and simple. Yeah, I mean, seriously. America's my home. I love it. It's my country. I love it. I love it. But Jamaicans in me. I make no apologies about that either. But oh God. I was going to say something and I totally lost track because I went off. I went off on that. Let me go back. Your spirit. Yeah, I try. I try to be a good human. It is what it is. Listen, honey, I have my enemies just like everybody else. There's a club of people out there probably having a meeting tomorrow about, 12 steps. My name is so and so, and I hate Cheryl. Oh, hey, good. Thank God there's therapy. Next. Whatever. Everybody have their enemies. I'm just saying. So, you see something in the news. Oh, she didn't have any enemies. And I'm like the TV going, yeah, right. Everybody has their enemies. People hate you, don't even know they hate you. Don't lose no sleep. So Avella, I'm coming. I'm coming Tuesday night. Tuesday night at 9. So my set schedule right now, I want to keep this and keep me to it. Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. just for this chat and thing. And then Tuesday night, you're going to see later. Tuesday night is going to get very tense because most nursing school students have exam on Wednesday. So they'll come on Tuesday night asking me questions. Oh, professor, could you explain shock to me? Oh yeah. Or could you explain? And some things, some stuff like that I may explain, but here's another way that I could do it. I could have another student on the live to let them, because if you're here the night before the exam and you still don't get it from whoever teacher you had, perhaps that teacher isn't the one to explain it to you. So maybe another student in the chat could say, these are the tips that I do. This is how we do that. And I put other videos up there. I usually take my first 5 minutes of every lecture and talk about current events, because I think, of course, like COVID vaccine, maybe next week we'll talk about the vaccine, a little bit about the two-step vaccine. Maybe we'll do that as well, because I take the first 5 minutes to talk about current events. It's important that nursing medicine is not just your textbook. A lot of things there are a lot of things they don't know about COVID, but a lot of things that we're learning about COVID are from what the patients tell us. Some of the symptoms. Oh, we thought COVID only has 5 symptoms. Here comes 20 more patients with other symptoms. Let's add them. The evidence, the experience. This is how we get. So I want you to be aware of that. So I could chat for a long time. Sabrina could tell you. But let me end here. And I want to thank all of you for coming on. I really want to thank all of you for coming on and sharing. Do you leave your live chat? Yes, I do. I leave it up. I try not to have, I definitely leave my live chat up. So once the stream is done, YouTube will process it. Yeah, go. Last question, Avella. Go ahead. YouTube will process it, and I'll just go in and probably just click out the first part where I'm acting silly, or then click out the end where I'm reaching over if I'm not. So go ahead. What is that your last question, Avella, or you have another one? Yeah, so indeed, I do leave the chats up. I leave the streams on so people could come back on, and we shall see. So maybe that was the last question. Do you leave your That's it. That's fine. All right. So here we go. For those of you first time. So I start my videos the same way and I end them the same way. So I want to thank. Have a good day. I want to. I want to thank all of you for coming on. And as always, if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay. Have a good day. Bye.